fans, I'm Anja Akstin for Nerdshuttle, and you're back here for Free Comic Book Day at Heroes Haven. It's a real riot, and there's tons to do. Let's go meet some of the artists.
We're here with Nerdshuttle, bringing to you the con artist group who has a plethora of things here for Free Comic Book Day. And could you tell them who you are?
Hey, I'm the editor-in-chief, Sean Talley.
And you?
I'm Chief Creative Officer, Martin Dunn.
And tell them about your projects and what books you have out.
Right now we're coming off a successful Kickstarter for Joshua Black. It's been getting to be a very fairly popular comic book on the internet and I guess in the local indie scene. We also have a book called Zombie Squad. We have Stronger Than Fiction. We have a couple new books coming out, which we're presenting in our Con Artists Presents Free Comic Book Day edition, which is Devil's Six and Project Overwatch.
And how did y'all get together?
Actually met him through wrestling. A coworker of mine has been friends with him for many years, and they were running a wrestling promotion together, so it started with that. Both found out we had pretty similar interests with movies, comics, and things like that, just storytelling in general. So a year later, here we are. We have some books on the table and pretty much full-fledged LLC company, 6-man team. So.
Okay, and who all is your team?
It's Martin and myself, along with Javier Lugo down the way there, and Jeremy Calderon, Rob Torres, and Ashley Oline, and growing all the time.
Okay. And I remember seeing you briefly at MegaCon, so how was that experience?
MegaCon was awesome for us. We did really good. Sold a lot of comics, sold out of Joshua Black. Can't complain there. We had a very successful panel, the Death to Fanboys panel. Met a lot of cool people. It was awesome.
That's great. Thank you both for being part of Nerdshuttle. And by the way, I brought one of those Joshua Black too. It was a good book.
Oh, thank you.
And y'all have a good one.
Thank you.
How are you doing, Nerdshuttles? This is Ken Anthony here for Nerdshuttle with Austin Janowski, the man who has been doing 20 years of obscurity in the business. So, Austin, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been doing comic books since 1993. Been blessed to been working on stuff like Iron Man: The End. Worked with Jay Leeson and Rob Hunter on inking duties for Necromancer, for X-Men Unlimited. Had my own books starting in 1994 with Seven Millennium to my own book Stanley the Snowman now, and a lot of books in between.
Okay, and as you have a table here, give me a free comic book day. I know you're working with con artists now, and you do a lot of things kind of to bring yourself back out and get into the well, not mainstream, you're already in mainstream, but in front of everybody, let everybody know who you are.
Well, unfortunately, as you get older, things tend to break down. So I spent a good year kind of rehabbing from spending all those years hunched over at the table, getting back to physically being able to have the high-end quality like I was doing before. That, since last October, I was really kind of broke back into it. I worked on a book called High Voltage for Pros Comics, then got in with con artists, did inking commissions, started working with some bigger names, possibly something with Boom, who knows. It's just, to me, it's a blessing now. The fact that I'm actually able to go back, do the type of work that I was able to do before is a gift from God as far as I'm concerned. So I'm just going wherever He leads.
And tell them about your one-of-a-kind, unique sketch bear thing.
I love telling this story. I was actually at Florida SuperCon a few years ago. A woman came up to me and wanted a Deadpool commission. So I'm like, okay, I'll do something cute. I'll do a teddy bear of a Deadpool. So I show it to her, and I'm really proud of it. And she's like, had a look of horror, and I'm like, oh my God, what's wrong? She's like, oh no, it's for my husband. I'm like, oh no, it's no problem. I'll just do a regular, Deadpool. So I did, and I set it on the table, and literally like 5 people would stop, turn, and go, oh, that's so cute. So finally goes, how much is it? And I'm like, I don't know. It's X amount of dollars. Bought it on the spot. I said, huh. So I did another one. Bam, started on the spot. I'm like, okay, maybe there's something to it. So I did it for a little while and then did the rehab. Came back. MegaCon was the big first main show that I had done since coming back from rehab. It was overwhelming, the response. Not only just the superhero bears, I did anime bears, I did, Assassin's Creed, Big Daddy from BioShock, you name it, we basically did into a teddy bear. So it's a nice little niche. It's fun.
That's great. That's great. And lastly, tell them how they can follow up on everything that you're doing, your website or whatever information they need to follow up with you.
Easiest way to do it is on Facebook, is Austin Janowski Art. You can find me on Twitter, again, Austin Janowski, in DeviantArt, shockingly enough, Austin Janowski.
That makes it so much easier. Thank you for being a part of Nerdshuttle, and I look forward to working with you and seeing stuff of yours in the future.
You know what? The pleasure's mine, man. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.
All right, man.
Thanks, man.
Great job.
All right.
Hey guys, we're here with Marty Velez and John Rivet. Tell us a little bit about how you got into the business.
I just started drawing about 6 years ago. It's always been a passion of mine, and really just started taking it seriously and going all the way with it. I love to do it. It's what I love to do. I'll spend nights doing it.
Me too. Yeah. We're talking about drawing, right? Yeah, nice.
Oh yeah. That's
for the kids out there, for the kids. And you, sir?
My name is John Rivet, and I am. I've been doing this since I've been walking. It's just been something that I've been very keen to and just my passion for. I just now started actually getting into the business about 3 years ago with an indie company in Puerto Rico called Spinoff Creative Group. And so they gave me a shout out so I can enjoy and share my art with everybody else and just keep hammering at it, hopefully to keep doing this until I die.
That's awesome. What are some of your bigger known titles that you've drawn for?
I've actually done some work for a group out of New Jersey called Ultimate Comics Group, where we did a book called Meta Patriot, where I did the coloring for that. Other than that, it's really just been a lot of pinup work right now and going to the cons and, just really breaking into the business has been a bit, my biggest objective right now.
You hear that, Marvel, DC? And you, sir, what are some of your, is this all your work right here?
This is all my work right here. About 3 years ago, I started with the indie company Spinoff Creative Group in Puerto Rico. I'm working on one of their titles they're published over there on what is called Unnatural Ties. I do a lot of the design and I do the pencil and ink. And right now I've been doing a lot of pinups with online and getting out there. And we're going to go to Puerto Rico Comic Con this May, and just really throwing out there. And I do a lot of side stuff for indie companies here and there in California. So yeah.
Nice. If I wanted to get in contact with you, what is your contact information?
I can be reached at archangel9801@gmail.com. I receive all my emails right there. I'm actually working on a Facebook fan page for Marty Velez, so that should be up and running here within the next week or so, and that'll have all my work up on it as well.
Awesome. And you, sir?
You can find me at johnarivet@gmail.com, and my Facebook. I have my splash page there going with myself in there for my art, and or on spinoffcreativegroup.com. Should be up and running pretty soon. You can check out what we're doing and what I'm up to.
Awesome. You heard it here, guys.
Hey, Nerd Shuttlers. I'm here with Tampa's very own Joel Wynkoop, king of the B movies. So, Joel, can you tell us about what your top 3 favorite movies that you've been in are?
Well, one of my favorites is Herschel Gordon Lewis' The O Show, because Herschel Gordon Lewis, the Godfather of Gore, is very cool to meet him and then actually work for him on a movie, and so that was very awesome. One of my favorites also is Creep, which I did with Tim Ritter, which was very cool to do because it was the most one that I was really treated like I was somebody special in the movie, because Tim was always like, there's a hammock over there, you can go take a nap if you want, take it easy, rest. I had people coming around saying, Mr. Wynkoop, do you want anything to drink? Do you want anything to eat? People going and getting me pizza and sodas and stuff like that. So that was really cool. And then Lost Faith was really near and dear to my heart because it was my movie that I did after we did Twisted Illusions, Truth or Dare, Killing Spree, and then I did Lost Faith on my own. Tim helped me, and then moved on from there. But that's very near and dear to my heart, Lost Faith. So, but I like them all. I love working for all the directors, and I like working on the movies. And if it's not fun, I won't do it.
Awesome. And when I was talking to you earlier, you mentioned you also have done some TV work.
Yeah, that's my TV show. It's called Joel D. Wynkoop's The Other Side. I ran out of money and only got 10 episodes on television. Ran out of money, didn't get any more financing for it. But I got those 10 episodes out on DVD, and it's got all the episodes plus behind the scenes commentaries, talking with the actors and everything about doing it. So yeah, it's called Joel D. Wynkoop's The Other Side, and it was a lot of fun, and it's a family thing. I mean, kids could watch this too. My boys have this at their house. They watch it and get a kick out of it. Local actor Michael D. Pelaez is in this, and a lot of their local people, Anthony Wayne, and so it's a lot of fun.
Awesome. So you do a lot of work that really kind of supports the Tampa community and is really involved with the local community.
Yeah, well, also I try and myself as an actor, I've done a lot of stuff, and I've got I guess I got about 80 movies out there. And but what I like to do too is for especially Tampa area, making it my home after, first I was in Minnesota, then I was in Florida in the West Palm Beach area, then Fort Pierce. I was in Tampa for a short time when I was going to school, and then back to Fort Pierce, finally over to into Tampa. And every place I'm at, I like to do, especially now Tampa, I call this my hometown, and I try and get, if I can get actors work, like for The Other Side, I got like 16 local actors in the last two episodes, or episode 8 and episode 9. And I want to be able to help these other actors that are starting out. I've done a lot, so a lot of times people are like, oh, be in my movie, I'll give you an IMDb credit. I'm like, well, to the other actors that might be starting, but to me, I want to be able to do as much as I can, but also do for the other guys, to help them to do their stuff.
It really does do a lot for the community. All right, well, thanks for interviewing us with us today, Joe.
My dear, thank you very much. You're a doll.
Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all have a great day. Okay.
Hey guys, I'm here with this cool chick at the Heroes Haven Free Comic Book Day named Banky. How you doing today, Banky?
I'm great. I'm fantastic.
So I see that you have a lot of really awesome artwork out here. You're definitely doing the May the 4th Be With You Star Wars thing.
That's right, I am.
What do you have if you had to describe your style, how would you describe your art style?
I would describe it as a comic book realistic style, because I can get likenesses down really well of characters. So you can immediately look at it and go, oh, that's Leia, or oh, that's Samuel L. Jackson, or whatever. So
yeah, because I'm looking at some of your work here for the Star Wars work, and you can definitely, you got some great resemblances with that comic book style. I like the Han.
Thank you.
My fondness for Harrison Ford has nothing to do with that. What other genres do you draw out of? Obviously, you've got your, you said you do Lucas work.
I do. I work for Lucas doing Star Wars cards for Topps, as well as I work with other companies, like I've done Transformers, working with Hasbro and Michael Bay. I'm a freelancer, so these people see my work and they just kind of pick me up. And so I've been fortunate to draw sexy ladies, to sci-fi and robots, to a beach scene, to whatever, and I love being so versatile.
Well, and I respect that you admit that it's a fortunate thing, because a lot of people, a lot of great talent gets lost. So it's really great to see that you're getting some good work. You know?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you do colored and black and white?
I do.
And do you do? Do you have a website that you do large prints, or?
I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I just got a Tumblr. I also have a DeviantArt, and everyone can, email me. I get from everywhere. Everyone's always like, "Hey, I gotta have it. I want it," and I'm like, "Well, come to me."
And I can see why. Yeah. Awesome. Well, you guys should check out Banky. Go ahead and look her up.
Hey guys, we're here with Mike Perkins. Tell us a little bit about yourself, sir.
I'm Mike Perkins. I have drawn, illustrated for Marvel, Captain America, The Stand, Astonishing X-Men, lots of different things, lots of good things.
Who is your favorite to draw, if you have a favorite?
There's so many others which I like to draw, which are favorites I like to draw, but I haven't done them in the comics yet. I mean, I love drawing Wolverine in the Astonishing X-Men run, so a run on the Wolverine would be fantastic. There's so many.
What, if you don't mind me asking, what writer for Astonishing?
It was Marjorie Liu I was working with. She was great because she was a proper collaborator. Like, she would write things and say, okay,
what's the best visual way of getting them out of this situation, and so I really enjoyed that run with Marjorie. It was fantastic.
That's awesome. Captain America, probably my favorite comic book character, seriously, since I was a kid. I have every issue of the first runs. Now they're like volume 4 or something.
Right.
Did you see the movie?
Yeah, I did. I thought it was great family entertainment. You know, it was nice that they could bring that kind of Indiana Jones kind of feel to it, really.
Yeah, I really liked what they did with the movie. And now the new one though is supposed to be a lot darker. Do you know anything about the new one?
No, I don't. I mean, I worked on the Winter Soldier arc with Brubaker and Epting, and it would have been nice to know something about the Winter Soldier stuff going on, but I don't know.
They didn't call you and say, "Hey, what are we doing?"
No, I didn't expect them to, but I'm looking forward to it. It should be quite nice, quite good.
And if we're a new artist and we're really trying to break in the industry, what do you recommend? What is the best possible way for a new artist to get in? Is there a way? Because I get that asked a lot too about filmmaking.
There's a lot of ways to break in now, especially with the internet. You can get your work under so many noses now, rather than just before of trying to get published, trying to get things out there. Now it's so much easier to put your work out there on the internet and do a blog and update it every day, so people can see, editors can see that you can do a monthly schedule. You know, because it's no use doing lots of nice pictures and you can't draw comics. You know?
Yeah, they don't go anywhere. They just you're slaving with pictures and they're just sitting on the internet. All right, guys, that's Mike Perkins, an awesome artist, obviously. Back to someone else from Nerdshuttle, maybe. We have no idea what we're doing.
Hello, this is Canton II with Nerdshuttle here with Javier Lugo, ex-artist supreme, works with Con Art that we interviewed earlier, and I'm going to let him tell you a little bit about himself and what he does.
Well, I've been drawing since I was a little kid, about 6 years old. I draw mostly superheroes, which is my passion, but I grew up watching and idolizing John Buscema and his style on Conan the Barbarian and such, so there's a big influence from him in my artwork. Right now I'm working on a title for Con Artist Entertainment called Project Overwatch, and we've already done the developmental sketches about the characters and designs. We're already about 5 pages into it. Actually, we have a free comic book day offering for the public, and first 5 pages are included.
Okay, and on the first 5 pages, were you the penciler, the inker, or what all did you do on it?
Well, I did both. I penciled and I inked it as well. Yet for the rest of the title, we're going to go with a graphic novel approach, and I'll have Rob Torres inking my work, so I'll be doing layouts and pencils, and he will be inking and coloring it as well.
Okay, that's great, And I've known you for a while myself. What is your favorite character to draw?
To draw? Spider-Man, I would say he's my favorite, but he's also the hardest. He's got so many squiggly lines and webs and such, and he looks different from different perspectives, so it's really important that I capture the essence of the character. And in many cases, I can do just a few sketches, a few lines. My other favorite character, of course, is Batman. His silhouette is just very distinguishable. I don't have to do a lot for somebody to say, oh my gosh, that's Batman. Just the long ears, the eyes, and that's it. It does the trick.
That's great. And you've worked with various companies over the years, like AC Comics and stuff like that. You want to tell some of the issues or some of the stuff you've done for other companies?
Let's see. I did 2 stories for AC Comics. I did the issue 150 of FemForce. I did one about 7 pages long. I've also worked on Gamazon. I did an 8-page story for them as well, which I think is one of my best pages was in that short story as well. Mark Hakey was really awesome to work with, and he gave me an opportunity to get published fairly quickly, and he was good to collaborate with, and I'd work with anybody at this point to move around and move up in the art business, and Con Artist Entertainment has been kind enough to take me under their wing and kind of show me a little bit more about the production side, what it takes to take it from a concept to a full-fledged comic book, and I can see there are a lot of areas of opportunities for me, so I'm taking every chance to learn and grow and become better, and I can see a progress in my work, so I'm looking for more work so I can get better.
Great. And lastly, people want to follow up with you or see your artwork, get commissions, how would they do that?
Well, they can get in touch with me through my Twitter account, jlugo627. They can also find me on Facebook. I have both an artist page and a personal page. And, you can also reach out to me at any convention. I'll be more than happy to talk to you and share my business card and share my passion for comics and drawing with you.
Cool. All right, once again, this is Ken Anthony, second for Nerdshuttle. For all you Nerdshuttlers, this is Javier Lugo, artist extraordinary. Be sure to check him out.
Thank you.